Tucson for a long time has needed advocacy like the Tucson Business Owners. As a restaurateur here in Tucson, I can tell you a few things about being shut down by the government. And so we're really, really happy to work together with other Tucson restaurateurs, with business owners, with politicians. There's a lot of politicians out here today as well too. And we're really excited to work with all of you guys together to help out Tucson businesses, not just for profitability, but for sustainability as well too. It's really important for our community to have our small businesses recover during what are some very, very challenging times.
The Tucson Business Owners, I'm here to tell you a little bit about Tucson Business Coalition. What was back in 1990, that was put together because of what happened with the real estate economy, and it was broken. And I'm telling you, there's hundreds and hundreds of people came together. So if a business owner had any particular issue, amongst the hundreds of members that we had in a short period of time, we were able to resolve those issues. If they had issues with regulatory, whether it be city, state, or county, then we're able then to put together a group, go meet with individuals, and resolve their issues.
I am really excited to be here tonight. This is a great opportunity because something is about to happen in Tucson that is just going to turn things upside down. So tonight we are really excited because we're going to have an advocate for us here in Tucson. Someone who is going to be able to work with us, give us information, tell us what's going on, find out what's going up at the State House, at the Federal House. I'm most excited about the fact that many of you signed the front of a check. That's a really hard thing to do because, you know, there's many nights, and I'm sure in the past few months, just like I have, you've worried about where that money's going to come from. Well, so now we have the opportunity to have our voice heard, to make sure that we're getting the information we need, and I am really excited about this.
When I was out there campaigning, one of the things that happened was people came to me and they told me their story. They told me their story of Tucson. They told me their story of growing up here. The business people told me the story of how they hadn't been represented and how come we can't come together and be represented in front of the city council, in front of the board of supervisors, in front of the state legislature. And so that's how this was born. It came about as a way to advocate, educate, and market businesses in Tucson. So this is about listening. This is going to be a little different. Although we are having a cocktail party here tonight, that's not what we're about. We're not about networking. We're about advocacy, education, and marketing. And there's some comment cards over on the table, and how we're going to find out what we need to be advocating for is to ask you. And so you might be invited to a brown bag lunch where we sit down with a dozen or so people and talk to them on an ongoing basis about what's important. And then me and representatives of Tubo will go to the council meetings, we'll go to the supervisor meetings, and we're not lobbying. There's a difference between lobbying and advocating. Lobbying is, you better vote for this, or we're going to do this, and we're going to educate politicians about what's important for Tucson. So we'll ask you to be involved and ask you to come to maybe 4 meetings a year. And as I said in my campaign, jump in, because Tucson, it's pretty cool.
When Ed said he was doing this thing and how he was doing it, I was blown away. And the reason is, it's like George Costanza and Seinfeld were doing the opposite, okay? It's an organization that is made up of actual business owners. Now, if you're not a business owner, you can be an associate, but the board and the direction of this organization is by people who sign fronts of checks. So what I'm saying for all of you today, the idea that there is an organization headed by a guy whose business has been here for 52 years, who's going to do purely advocacy for the small business owner, medium business owner, and large business owner that doesn't have the time to go into the trenches, to have a real pro who has all of the relationships already built up. He has the respect of the people of the Board of Supervisors and the City Council. So let this guy go to work for you So please, if you really care about your business, and I know a lot of you in your heart of hearts love Tucson and the Pima County region. And some of you are young guys and ladies here, and you still love this place, so God bless you. There's something about Tucson that you love. Well, now it's time to fight for it with Ed Ackerley at the head of the organization. So thank you for everything. Have an amazing night. Please join. $250 is unbelievably cheap to have this guy go to work for you.